3.5 years. I want to know why I'm getting shafted here with this open mic deal. Don't you read the signs? It says open mic 7, 8:30. It's a big sign right on the door. I don't know how anybody can tell me that they didn't know there was an open mic when there's like 18-point letters on the front door of the goddamn restaurant. It's
yo, get my hands! Listen, who you want? Yo, man, I'm just screaming at, man. Don't scream at fucking Martin, man.
I'm not screaming at
that. Get the fuck out.
I'm not screaming at you guys. I'm not even facing you.
Yes, you were screaming. I heard you screaming your ass off and you
I didn't touch you. I just want to know, hey Michael, what is this shit anyway? Is there an open mic here or not? Have you not been here for the last 3.5 years running this open mic? Can you not tell the band that the open mic starts at 7 o'clock?
Okay, can we get off this thing?
No, I'm afraid that the open mic has already started. It was to have started 10 minutes ago. So if anyone is still on the stage, it's supposed to be you. No, I can't.
This is his performance. You don't want to get this in the physical. Let them perform. So let's get off. Let's talk about it, all right?
Talking about physical.
Let's talk about it.
This is my sign, okay? That you're eating up. Because you didn't know, you didn't bother to check. Martin told you the wrong thing. Martin told you the wrong thing. No, I can't go down. No, I cannot be spoken to when it is already 10 minutes into the open mic.
Let me tell you what's going on.
Every week, 175 weeks.
When was the last time you spoke to Martin?
Today. He didn't say one word about it.
You should go to his house and kick his ass. You know why?
Because
he's, yeah, man, I know. He's right close by here. So that's
why did you have the mic on, you guys? We're gonna eat back there. Set off the mic.
It's screaming. I'm sorry, I'm going the same level that this is going off on me.
Time out. You can't go off. He's in charge tonight. Take it easy on Francis.
Okay, Francis. Martin called the people doing this. He told them that there was no open mic tonight. Okay? And that we show up at 6 o'clock to do sound check. The band won't go on if the band doesn't do sound check. And he knows that. So it's not my fault that he did not communicate with you what was happening.
But you
and I just told you that earlier. Then
you have from 8:30 to 9:30. This is the open mic.
There are 2 other bands that needs to do sound check.
We can't take this sound check away. Don't solve it there. Come boss of your
No, that's 3 bands playing. That's why
he do 3 sound checks between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
Between 8:30 and 9:30, you can't do 3 sound checks. Do you understand?
Just because
you have to go.
Let's get the mic to speak.
I'm sorry, because I don't want to get into that. But listen, there's no audience support.
That's a Francis show.
He's on the band. There's no one here.
Let's get the mic to speak.
The thing is that he told me that.
Francis.
I mean,
he's screaming. Max is going out and wait a minute.
the 3 bands in a, it's a fun way.
The thing is, there's 3 bands in this band. So I told, and they told me this 3 weeks ago that we do sound check.
That's it. You understand?
Let's get a mic. We got to touch with Martin.
I keep touching.
We'll arrange some time. Let's fix it up, Francis.
I understand your frustration, but it's just a lack of communication.
Francis, let's take care of it.
The sound check, Okay. You have open mic with fees and they have to spend it.
Yes, man.
There's nobody. I mean, there's no compromise.
I'm
compromising. Francis got to put the show.
Let them play till like 8:30 to 9:30.
I don't care.
No, I don't care.
Mike's gonna have Mike's gonna be sitting out.
Yeah, that's what we
Francis.
No, Max, you don't, I know he has to leave early. That's why this is done at the time he was supposed to. Like, I was, never mind. No, you have to talk to Martin.
Yeah, man.
Well, I talked to Martin. Martin said that he talked to one of you guys. He said if you guys
He
want
never
sound
spoke to
check,
me. He spoke to
I don't know
David.
who he spoke to. He spoke to somebody. And you told me that he told you that there was no open mic. And now you're telling me you didn't talk.
Amy is the one in charge of this show. If you speak to anyone booking this, Amy is in charge of this, and I spoke to her for an hour.
Okay, we have to sneak Francis and at least half of his show.
Well,
That's his
and
night.
that was what was communicated to me. And I was told specifically that was from the mouth of Martin, whoever this great man is.
Well,
Okay,
Martin told me that he said you guys had to be here at 5 for a sound check. And somebody came in looking for you guys, saying you guys are going to be here at 6 for a sound check.
That's what
you
it
guys
is
showed
gonna
up
be.
at 6:45.
Are we ready for a sound check?
Are you guys all ready? Is everybody here?
Can we do a quick sound check and give the stage for
You don't
Francis?
understand. According to Martin, there was no open mic.
No, he never said that. He never said that to anybody.
Let's get it out again.
Francis, let them do a quick sound check and then
anyone at any
Somebody's
time.
lying to us.
Martin's a believer in free thought for the moment.
See? Well, I don't know.
Let's do a sound check. Get on it.
Yeah, what the
If you
hell?
guys want to do it,
come on.
do it right now.
Let's do a sound check. Get it over with.
That's a very bad situation.
Sorry, I had to yell like that.
I deserve to It's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
No, hard feelings. Let's get it over with. Let's do a sound check. Is it dry?
It's not dry.
Make it dry, because I gotta fix it here.
No, it's dry for me.
You are performing.
My horoscope told me to argue with people I admire. And I'm sorry I was waving my hands around, but, you know, Mediterranean, and that's the way I talk, I guess, and I get too excited, and I'm sorry. I got this sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach, surrounded by 6 hulking musicians. It was, but my thanks to Bagwell Rada for speeding up their sound check to oblige me, even though my requests were somewhat unreasonable. And, you know, all I had to do was walk up to one of you guys and say, hey, could you like do the sound check real quick? We're gonna start this. I know. I always do the wrong thing. But
Are you really sorry now?
yes, I am.
You are forgiven.
I still have this adrenaline thing going, you know, and I'm shaking. You didn't notice, but my knee was trembling the whole
Have
time.
some water, man.
Well, anyway, it's sort of funny that we had this argument. I guess the confrontational aspect was far more interesting to me, and it was stupid for me to do. But anyway, I had a piece planned. It was called, what is called, Malice in Blunderland. Sort of, I'll dedicate it to Martin. But you know, Martin is worlds better than some of our booking agents. I remember you guys Botwell, you played here when Billy Ruane was booking a place. That was probably a lot of fun too. I personally don't remember it, but I bet it was, you know, similar sort of thing. Well, Michael, could you roll that tape for me?
Roll the tape.
Yes, but very low volume. Okay. Cable technology is really wonderful. No, not quite that loud, please. Much lower, please. Low, real low. Let's get real low. Yeah, that's kind of good. It's kind of funky. Cable technology is a wonderful thing. Because you can rent all these movies that you never get to see, like Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland. There's a funny thing about Alice in Wonderland. I saw it when I was like 6 or something, or maybe 5 or 4. And after sitting through the 75-minute film, I was strangely enervated, listless, lifeless. And then, on seeing the film again, some 30 years later, I understood why. Alice goes down a rabbit hole and into a world where nothing makes sense. And I guess it sort of reminded me of my family. a really odd sort of way. I mean, this sort of disordered nightmare from which there is no escape. Everything is totally out of proportion. Big things are small, small things are big. Chronic mushroom eating, hookah puffing. Soldiers are just playing cards. It was very appropriate. And you know what really got me angry about this Disney film? You know, like I specialize in anger. It's sort of my stock in trade, in some respects. And I really got to stand on both feet now. Get into a fighting, confrontational stance like Jack LaLanne on his juicer commercials, Juice Tiger, you know. What really angers me, about Alice in Wonderland is it's just the Wizard of Oz with freaks, real freaks. You know, instead of the sort of agrarian populist fable where eventually the unenlightened voter gets to the golden palace of socialism and the wizard sort of just goes into the stratosphere of those crazy social reform schemes. Alice in Wonderland is the precise opposite. It's a conservative hell. Nobody cares for anybody in Wonderland. So let's now begin the open mic. I think we ought to have Freddy K come up first. Freddy, are you ready? Okay. And thanks again to Botwell. And here's Freddy K.
Put that thing back.
My son Stevie out there. Old MacDonald had a farm. Yeah, yeah, ho, ho. And on his farm he had a pig. Yeah, yeah, ho. With an oink oink here, an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm. Yeah, oh. It's a little tune I wrote lately. It's called Stay. Can you picture living out on the beach with Neil Young singing those seagulls still out of reach? And an ambulance can only go so fast. It's easy to get buried to get away, or if she's happy just to stay. Oh, is she happy just to stay? Oh, is she happy just to stay for one more day? Can you picture living out on the beach with Neil Young singing, those seagulls are still out of reach? So fast, it's easy to get buried in the past. Oh, sometimes you want to fly, sometimes you really try, sometimes you want to get away, but sometimes you have. Sometimes you got to stay. You got to stay. On the street, she's bringing stares and smiles to everyone she meets out. And as my heart begins to swell, I swear everyone's homeless till they get to heaven or hell. I wonder if she wants to fly. I wonder if she's ever tried. I wonder if she wants to get away, or if she's happy just to stay for one more day. And an ambulance can only go so fast. It's easy to get buried in the past. Oh. Yo. Hey, Steve. Okay? Ready? Right here, right here. Right here. You want to sing? Yeah. Okay. Ready? Ready? Yeah. Okay, don't hold it. Just let it go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that still drooping on you?
Yeah, you know, that's what she said. I've always been an outlaw. I never knew it any other way. I've always been an outlaw. 2 shots of whiskey and 3 years of a start each day. I can hear 'em coming. Let 'em go. The long man on my trail. Come on. Thank God I had the good sense to bury me some bail. Hey, Stevie. What's up? Oh, you want to see Papa? You want to sit down? Take another chair. Maybe Michael will bring up a chair. Sure. Yes, right there. Hello. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I start to the finish 'cause I eat my spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. I start to do the finish 'cause I eat my spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Jingle bells. What else do we know, Steve? Yeah. All right, Steve. This song's called Decriminalization. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything is gonna be alright. I get out of the can in about 30 years and we'll get together for some ice cold beer and we'll laugh a little and we'll cry a little. Ooh, 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 and we'll laugh a little. Oh, and we'll cry a little. Oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, oh, oh. From all this bullshit, yeah, we're gonna break away from the urban ghetto scene, ride in the back of a limousine, get out of the can in about 30 years, and we'll get together for some ice cold beer, and we'll laugh a little, and we'll cry a little, and we'll laugh a little. Oh, Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eat my spinach. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. All right. Okay, we're all set.
He's gonna fire you if you don't start playing tunes that he knows.
Well, I think we should move it along here. There's another player and then Francis. Want to get up the next girl there? Take a bow, Steve.
Take a bow, Stephen.
Come on up here.
Stephen K, the Academy of Motion
Take a
Picture
bow.
Artists, welcomes you to our 93rd Annual Awards.
Bow.
We're going to show a clip from 1992, Stephen K's first public performance, Popeye the Sailor Man, backed with Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
Right. Okay, we'll let the girl use that.
Now, however, before we do, we'd like to also show rare footage from that very same gig, featuring perhaps making her first time appearance here on this stage, perhaps not, Heather.
Come on, Steve. Come on the shoulders. Shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
Francis, that's my job. The union's gonna hear about this.
Life is like a union.
My name's Heather, and I normally play really harsh electric guitar songs, sort of which allow me to disguise my lameness on guitar, but these little pop songs hopefully will allow me to practice playing in front of the empty rooms that will show up for my shows. So, this is a
hopeful outlook you got. I hear you.
DC room at MTV.
We're here. We want to play.
this is a song called Lips, sort of about grammar and sort of about sex. It's me, I think. Hold on, let me start over. One had cigarettes dangling from Colombian lips and problems with his irregular verbs. And every time I tried to, you know what I mean, converse, it was a nightmare, 'cause all my actions were irregular. To the gut of the idol. Chatter down beneath the brittle little O's from the throats of our bones, hooked together like nervous strangers at dinner. It was oh, it was so. Si me gusta de una vuelta. Si me gusta de una vuelta. Was oh, it was so. It was so irregular. He said no, no. That was so. Of the guitar, but I was raised in the South and we were raised to be honorable there, just because I suck. This song is called Spine, and it's for a boy. See the spare spine of his eye into that corner over there. I pull it out from my box full of artifacts when I get the nerve. I'm quite taken to pieces. I guess it's one of my bad habits. I'm broken, so open for tokens. You can leave a fragment, and you know, Jelly, just another ghost of a next song is really cheesy. I think it's really cheesy, but kind of a love song for someone who's very far away. And it's called Frond. He longs for me in the mountain, but I am long gone from there. The Lady of Shalott on the pavement. He says from the boulder he can hear my boots against concrete, but I have long forgotten the smell of the river and his body beneath the budding trees. He was the backbone of the rapids wave. I am the tendon of the branches overhead, which in no shade, buried only by a lunch new fruit, composted in the funk of truth. I was all coquina there, moving upward out of the wet sand. He was like a woman in me, lingering and languid on the land. And he was not a monument, snaked by the vine. He was not the stake, the fine statue. He was not the scarecrow's spine, but the planting. He was the hands in the mud moving in. Both of us became the water, both of us became the land. But you can never go home again, it said. And the green in me is dry and trampled on and dead. And the sound is the torch song of a thrown down cigarette. He climbs the fire tower in his hand. Both of us became the water, both of us became the land. Thanks a lot. I see my drummer out there. He's gonna quit my band now.
No, you have really nice teeth.
Thank you. My parents paid about $5,000 for them.
The braces or the guitar lesson? Now we got it.
Money's worth out of the braces.
I don't make enough money here to pay for guitar lessons.
Heather, rhymes with leather. Got me in a leather. That's going to be my next song. No, actually, I'm going to sing you a little song now. Francis DiMenno is dead. Francis Salvatore Anthony DiMenno's name spells a safer lavatory, no shit can. A corpse is a corpse, of course, unless, of course, the name of the corpse is the famous Mr. Dead. Wop. I'm the wrong hero. I have a lot of unusual habits. I like to spend hours in the bathtub. Sometimes I take my clothes off. Sometimes I even fill it with water. I have a message for you. Somebody better get me a little drinky winky, or there's going to be trouble. Somebody's gonna be shit out of luck. Thank you, Earth Slave. Don't give me no coffee. Who would want to drink that bitter juice? I already wake up with a bitter taste in my mouth first thing in the morning. Coffee is a plot to chain you to your desk. Used to be, people used to work outdoors. Used to be, people would bring the outdoors indoors with them. Dirt floors, cuspidors, outdoor plumbing. And now there's shopping malls, English muffins, little sissy drinks with umbrellas in them. Your alcohol is a plot to make you forget that you're slaves. Give me poison or give me death! Did I say that right? No. I regret that I have but 9 lives to give for my country. I'm not crazy. Meow. I'm crazy like a fox. I'm a pointy-nosed little farmer who likes to stick his gaping maw into your trash can. Somebody asked me what I want. Somebody asked me what I pray for every day. Early, painful, and instantaneous death. Because I'm the wrong hero. And I can start drinking anytime I want. One time I asked my brain if I could borrow my body. And my brain said, no, you kept it out all night, you brought it home in a disgraceful condition. Well, finally, I talked my brain into letting me use my body. So I went to a fortune teller. And the fortune teller said, excuse me, would you like to conduct your dialogue across the sight lines and hearing lines and the rest of us? Feel free, otherwise. Thank you very much. So I went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller said, you are drunk. You will remain drunk. $5, please. And I said, here's the 5 for clubs, you faker swami. None of this is funny, because it's all true. I bought a mafia parrot, and he talked his head off, literally. The next morning, he wouldn't say nothing. And then I looked in his cage, and I saw a seahorse's head, and a little note, lay off, blabbermouth, signed the mafia. I met Jerry Lewis once. Jerry Lewis is a very serious man. Do you know how I can tell? Because he was sticking pencils up his nose and buttering his tie when I made his acquaintance. Jerry Lewis doesn't fight muscular dystrophy. Jerry Lewis is muscular dystrophy. He just advertises it because he wants it to spread around the world. And I hate Jerry Lewis. I went home. Home is the place where you live up to all of your shortcomings. Home is the place where you look at your relatives and you say, I could have been like that, thank God I'm not. And they look at you and say, why isn't he more like us? He must be weird. I didn't mention that my home is the monkey house.
And there's one thing you gotta remember about the monkey house. If you act weird enough, the other monkeys will start to bite you. Keep that in mind. I must be the greatest man in the world. You know how I lost the New Hampshire primary? I voted for myself 1 million times, but it didn't count because I wasn't registered. I like to look on the bright side. I stared at the sun for 10 hours. Finally, the sun backed down. Good thing it was winter time. The reason I'm so close to the sun is my mother-in-law. If I want to cheat on my wife, I have to do it on the dark side of the moon. Because the sun is my mother-in-law. She's so fat, she blocks out the sun. She is the sun. The sun is my mother-in-law. She's so fat, she has her own zip code. But no letters ever get there because they get burned up in the sun. Because my mother-in-law is the sun. I'll tell you what else I got. I got a special God whistle. Only He can hear. But one day I discovered that my God was old and feeble. And I said, my God is old and feeble. It wouldn't be right to let him suffer. So I took him to the God catcher. And the God catcher put him to sleep. And then the God catcher said to me, son, part of being a man is making tough decisions. Son, it was a good thing you did. Raising a rival to your God. Not flinching even once when he looked at you with those big omniscient eyes of his and he knew what you were going to do. And he says, son, remember, you can't teach an old God new tricks. How many people in this room actually work here? 1, 2. How many people are sort of clinging to this place, barnacle life? The last refuge of their sanity. Well, I don't expect you to raise your hands because you have so little self-esteem, you're probably going to even be bothered to be vertebrates. I walked into the kitchen, I said, hey, Amar, do you have any feta cheese? He said, no. I said, well, I do. Right here. I was in a band, you know. You ever hear of Chubby Checker? You heard of Chubby Checker? You heard of Fats Domino? You heard of Chubby Checker? I was in a band. It was called Saturated Fats. It is overweight orchestra. And my name was Obese Dunce. In the long line of obese entertainers. Fats Domino, Chubby Checker, Obese Dunce. And watch me shake them. So I'd like to sing another little song that we used to do with our repertoire. It's called You Say Soda, I Say Cider. You say soda, I say cider. Shut the fuck up. All I got is the title right now. What's this? We having another little discussion in back while I am holding supreme. Silence, earthworm! Quit speaking to the man behind that booth.
He's talking to you. Oh, you talking to us? What's the matter? What, reverb?
I'd like to stick you guys on the real planet of the apes. Then you'd see what living's like. The real planet of the apes, where they advertise flea comedy. Are you missing out on your social life because you, as an anthropoidal gorilla, don't have enough fleas to offer to your mate? Flea comedy!
That was good.
My girlfriend's motto is sic semper tyrannis.
Thank you so much. I'll take care of it.
Sic simpering tyranny. I like to pet a fat dog. And when I lean over to pet a fat dog, the one thing that's foremost in my mind is, this dog would make a good soup.
And when I eat a can of dog food with a little picture of a doggy on the front, I smack my lips and I say, that dog sure was delicious. I hate employers who complain about how they can't get good help. I can't get good service around here. I can't get good service around here. I pay them dirt, I treat them like slaves, and I expect them to kiss my ass in a bargain. And I can't get good service around here. I'll tell you what my job is. My job is to commemorate infinity. But I can never find out what the anniversary date is. And besides, that's redundant. You ever see a farmer come to the big city? Any of you guys from the country? Well, when a farmer comes to a big city, he becomes a yo-man. Do you know what a yo-man is? A yo-man is the kind of guy who's walking down the street and some dudes come up to him and say, yo, man, here comes the sucker. We're going to get paid. We're going to get paid. People are worried because we're destroying the planet. We're destroying the planet. What we're doing is destroying the planet for people. You know what that means? People are the most important things in the world to get rid of. Because people are destroying the planet for people. More power to them. But don't you worry, because you are all my friends. When I was little, I wanted to be a veterinarian so I could get bitten by vicious dogs. My comedian is second best. When I was little, I wanted to be a hooker in Las Vegas. But comedian is second best. I want to go to Las Vegas. I want to entertain high-rolling mafiosi. I want to give them a tongue down. I want to kiss their ass. I want them to tell me that their shit smells like shit, or gold, or roses, or whatever. I don't care what they tell me because they're mafiosi. And by God, I know when to knuckle down.
Yep, you sure do.
Thank you. I've always been in trouble with the police. I got stopped for weaving on the highway. The policeman pulled me over and said, you were weaving all over the road. And I said, officer, I cannot tell a lie. I was trying to flick a booger off the steering wheel. And the policeman said, that's the stupidest excuse I've ever heard. And I said, I know, that's why I tore the steering wheel off and threw it out the window. Finally, a laugh. I'm going to bottle that laugh and save it in the year 2030 when people say, Ron, you're just not funny anymore. Then I'll open up that little bottle, and it'll be the only pure air you're likely to smell. Because I'm not a storyteller. I'm a bullshitter. I'm a judge. And I say, you have the right to be executed in a court of law. I had a pet crab. He used to do a Red Skelton imitation. So I called him Red Exoskeleton. Starting a TV show. Actually, I'm starting my own network. It's the Wrong Hero Network. It's only on from 2 a.m. until 6 a.m. And in fact, it's always scrambled. Even if you subscribe to the cable service, it's always scrambled. If you don't subscribe, then it's not scrambled. And I got a show. It airs at 2:30 in the morning. It's called the What Are You Doing After This Hour? You Must Be Drunk show. And here's a sample of my opening monologue. What the hell are you doing up this late? You must be drunk. Shay, buddy, why don't you reach in your pocket and take out all your money? Why don't you go over to your checkbook? Why don't you go over to your safety deposit box and get out all those documents? Send them to your old pal here, the Wrong Hero.
The wrong hero. When the wrong hero dies, as he's doing now, now we're going to have some entertainment by a child whose head is 1/5 the size of his body. Unlike other children whose heads are 1/3 the size of their body, this child, who is now fleeing in panic from the wrong hero, actually has a normal-sized head. Normal, that is. How old is that child? 3, 5? Doesn't this qualify for some sort of, I don't know,
Special Olympics.
oh, okay, Special Olympics. Thank you, Freddie. I was going to say something far worse. When I die, I hope to see that little cherub up there in heaven awaiting for me, but that would mean that he would have died before me, so maybe I shouldn't wish that. I'm dead, and here's an angel. My name is God. Wrong hero, would you care to give an account of yourself? Tell me why you deserve to be sent to heaven. Well, God, it's like this. I wanted to kill the Holy Ghost, but I'm afraid somebody already beat me to it. All who do not laugh at the wrong hero are misshapen freaks. Well, actually, no, you're not misshapen. I just like that word. Finally, 2 laughs. I'm going to bottle those laughs, too. Then in the year 2030, I'll open that bottle, and I'll get high. Watch me work. I'm the wrong hero. I'm a symbolist. I also beat the drums because they're evil. King Midas came back to Earth, but it was the 20th century, so he couldn't turn everything into gold. So he turned everything into a gold card. And when he gave the waitress his tip, he turned her hand into a gold card. Lucky thing she was able to get a prosthetic device, paid for, of course, by the gold card. I got a card, it's called the God card.
His name is Andy.
Andy. Is this kid skating on his own drool up to me? A kid after my own heart, I'll have to say that. I'm the wrong hero. I travel faster than the speed of light because I'm afraid of the dark. I travel faster than the speed of sound because it's the only way I can get some sleep around here. Already. You say you got a 2-year-old? I got a 3-year-old. I'm training him to make paintings that are better than an artist could make. How am I doing that? I'm not going to get into that, okay? I will tell you something, though. You know what my other job was? I was a hillbilly ventriloquist. But they told me I was illiterate, ungrammatical, and incomprehensible. And I said, "Oh, they're after me! Quick, hide the drugs, hide the guns!" This segment of The Wrong Hero is called The Wrong Hero, the early years of pain and struggle against lies and cowardice when no one would give us a break and no one would answer our calls because we didn't have a phone, because we couldn't afford one, because no one would give us a break. So we broke the windows on their car and we took a little sign that said no radio and we turned it around and we put on the back of it, no car, and we took the car. When I was young, I followed the Grateful Dead because I wanted to kill them.
I wanted to see if they lived up to their name. Because I hated Jerry Garcia. Like a big, fat, sweaty, obese, bearded, lysergic Santa Claus! And I hated their ice cream flavor. I got an ice cream flavor. It's got nuts, bolts. Shut up about your goddamn sound check already. What is this shit anyway? Don't you have even primary respect? Why don't I just get this bolt nailed right through my head? Yeah, I can go Hollywood. I'd be Frankenstein, one of the undead. Do you know how frustrating it is? Or are you beginning to realize it now? So anyway, yeah. My ice cream will have nuts, bolts, petroleum jelly, bear grease, exhaust fumes. It'll be called Rust Belt ice cream. And it will be 100% American. I'm going to leave you now. Because I am beginning to find you unworthy of my presence. But before I go, I'd like to read you my resume. Just for fun. What is fun? Nobody has ever told me.
Deputy under speechwriter of the White House.
That's your resume, Mark. My resume. The name is The Wrong Hero. The Wrong Hero. This resume is mine. Mine. Do you hear me? And I don't have to tell you nothing. Because you mean nothing to me. I could crush you like the ant you are. Because you are beginning to annoy me. Hey there, give me Mr. Dead over there. Because you make me And do you want to know why? I said, do you want to know why? Because you're This ends Captain Cabaret.